Hi everyone and welcome to our lesson, Relate Multiplication and Division. It is lesson 6.7. The Unlock the Problem states, Mom went to the fair. She went on the same ride 6 times and used the same number of tickets each time. She used 18 tickets. How many tickets did she use each time she went on the ride? Well, what do we need to find? We're trying to figure out how many tickets she used each time she went on the ride. The numbers we need to use are 6 and 18. One way we could solve this is to use bar models. And it says you can use bar models to understand how multiplication and division are related. It says complete the bar model to show 18 tickets divided into 6 equal groups. Well, if you look at the bar model here, we see that there's a total of 18 tickets. Also, we can see that it is divided into 6 equal groups. So, we need to figure out what number is going to go in each of those squares. It says write 18 divided by 6. Well, one way we could figure this out is I'm going to draw a picture first, so that way we can figure out what number needs to go in each of these boxes. So if I have 6 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I know I have a total of 18, so I need to go through and put a dot in each of those circles until I get to 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Well, how many are in there? It looks like we have 3 in each of the circles. So we would write a 3 in each of the boxes. So 18 divided by 6 equals 3. So Pam used 3 tickets each time she went on the ride. Now it says, what if the problem said Pam went on the ride 6 times and used 3 tickets each time? How many tickets did Pam use in all? Well, this is very similar to the one we just did. They actually put the 3 in each of the boxes already, and there are 6 boxes. So we're trying to figure out how many total tickets. Well, what is 6 times 3? We know that it is 18. So we would write 18 in the box. It says multiplication and division are opposite operations or inverse operations. You can think about multiplication to solve the division problem. So to solve 18 divided by 6, you can think about 6 times what equals 18. So since 6 times 3 equals 18, then 18 divided by 6 equals 3. Another way that we could solve division problem would be to use an array. It says you can use an array to see how multiplication and division are related. Show an array with 18 counters and 3 equal rows by completing the drawing. So I'm going to draw the picture or the array off to the side on the whiteboard. We know there's 3 rows. 1, 2, and 3. And we know we have to use 18 counters. So we would have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. How many counters are in each row? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 counters in each row. So that means 18 divided by 3 equals 6. And it says the same array, so this same array could be used to find the total number if you know there are 3 rows with 6 in them. So you could flip this around and it could become a multiplication array to solve what 3 rows times 6 in each row equals. So 3 times 6 also equals 18. The share and show. It says use the array to complete the equation. 6 divided by 2. Well, we know that there's 6 total here, and we know that they're in rows of 2. Well, how many are in each of those rows? 1, 2, 3. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. For numbers 2, 3, and 4, they want us to complete, so we're going to fill in the blanks. There's 3 rows of blank, which equals 15. Well, if we look at number 2, we see there's 3 rows. How many are in each of those rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 rows of 5 equals 15. 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 times 5 equals 15. So that means 15 divided by 3 equals 5. For number 3, there are 2 rows of blank equal 12. Here we can see we have our 2 rows. How many are in each of those rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 rows of 6 equals 12. 2 times 6 equals 12. So that means 12 divided by 2 equals 6. Number 4, 3 rows of what equals 21? Well, here's our 3 rows. How many are in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 rows of 7 equals 21. We can flip that and make it a multiplication sentence. 3 times 7 equals 21, and 21 divided by 3 equals 7. Now, for numbers 5 and 6, they are showing us how we can relate multiplication and division. So we're trying to figure out 5 times what equals 40. Well, if we skip count by 5, we can figure out 5 times what number gives us 40. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You should have 8 fingers up. So 5 times 8 equals 40. That means 40 divided by 5 equals 8. For number 6, we're trying to figure out 6 times what equals 18. Well, if we skip count, we can see that it's 6, 12, 18. You should have 3 fingers up. So that means 18 divided by 6 equals 3. Moving on to the on your own. These are very similar problems to what we just did. We're completing the fill in the blank. So we can see that we have 5 rows of blank equals 30. Here are 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, how many are in each of the 5 rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 rows of 6 equals 30. That means 5 times 6 equals 30. And 30 divided by 5 equals 6. For number 8, we have 4 rows of what equals 20? Here's our 4 rows. How many are in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 rows of 5 equals 20. 4 times 5 equals 20. And 20 divided by 4 equals 5. And then number 9. 4 rows of what equals 28? Well, here are 4 rows. How many are in each of those 4 rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4 rows of 7 equal 28. 4 times 7 equals 28. That means 28 divided by 4 equals 7. Numbers 10 and 11, it's showing how multiplication and division are related. So 7 times what equals 21? Let's skip count by 7 until we get to 21. 7, 14, 21. You should have 3 fingers up. So 7 times 3 equals 21. That means 21 divided by 7 equals 3. And number 11, it says 8 times blank equals 16. Well, let's skip count by 8 until we get to 16. We have 8, 16. So you should have 2 fingers up. So 8 times 2 equals 16. And 16 divided by 8 equals 2. Last, I want us to skip down to number 15, a story problem. It says, Justin and Ivan went to the fair when all rides were $2 each. They each went on the same number of rides. Each boy spent $10. How many rides did each boy go on? Well, I'm going to draw a picture to demonstrate this problem. First, I know that each boy spent $10. And once again, sorry about the dog barking. So, what I was saying is that each ride or each boy spent $10. We also know that the rides cost $2 each. So we're trying to figure out how much money or how many rides they rode on. So one way, I wrote the division problem, 10 divided by 2 equals blank. But what I also could do is I could draw a picture and I could do 2 groups because I know that it was $2 each. Or there were 2 boys. So I could say $2, 2, 2, 4, 4, 6, 6, 8, 8, 10, 10. Well, how many marks did I make in each? There's 5. So 10 divided by 2 equals 5. Or what I could have done is I could have done an array and done 2 rows and then put 1 in each until I got to 10. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we would have saw that there are 5 in each. So 10 divided by 2 equals 5 rides that the boys went on. This is the end of our lesson.